UCP leadership hopefuls have been crisscrossing the province, meeting voters trying to sell memberships. Some have stopped in our region, but next week all 7 candidates will make a stop in Vermilion.
The UCP leadership race is heating up. The candidate that wins this leadership vote will become Alberta's next premier and lead the United Conservative Party into the next election. Well, the candidates are going to be in our region coming up on August 8th for an event in Vermilion. And I'm joined today with the Vermilion Lloydminster Wainwright UCP Constituency Association President Ryan Armstrong to talk more about this event. So first of all, Ryan, can you tell us a little bit more about it, where it's taking place, stuff like that?
So this is a conversation with all the candidates to be the next leader of the United Conservative Party, and by extension, the next premier of the province until the election next year. It's being hosted in Vermilion at the Regional Centre, so it'll start at 6 o'clock registration's at 6 o'clock, I should say. The program will start at 7 o'clock.
So is this event only open to card-carrying UCP members?
It is. It's open to UCP members. Memberships are available at the door for a cost of $10. The admission to the event is only $15. So you can you have to be a member, but you can purchase a membership at the door for 1 year for $10.
And if you're planning to vote in this leadership election, you're going to need a membership anyways.
If you're interested in who will be the next premier, you likely are wanting to vote for them, whether you're voting for them in May of next year in election or voting for them now in before October, I should say, of this year. And certainly if you want to see what those candidates are saying, you have to be a member of the party. You got to be a member of the party to vote.
So there are currently 7 candidates running to be the next leader of the UCP. Are all 7 going to be here in Vermilion?
I believe so. The last time that we had numbers on it, there was 2 that were holding out, and then last week I had confirmation that they were in. So to my knowledge, the ones that remain in the race are attending.
That's exciting that everyone's going to be out and people can hear from the candidates. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of having them here in this part of the province, talking with members here about issues that matter to people here in Lloydminster, Vermilion, Wainwright, that area?
Yeah, we've always had a strong MLA presence in the in Alberta, going back to Mr. West, Mr. Snellgrove, certainly Dr. Starkey, and now Garth. And so whether they're ministers or otherwise, I think they've all had a strong background and a strong presence in caucus in the governing party. And I think that's a reflection of the people in our riding who are very politically motivated and want to see this region have influence in the politics in Alberta. It's not just Calgary, it's not just the South. Everyone can contribute. And certainly that's reflected, I think, in our board. We've got a broad array of people with diverse backgrounds on our board. And our board pushes, I think, in various ways, good policy at the UCP level. And I think we're starting to see some of that come forward with the party. And so it was important to try to get candidates out here. Sometimes being a strong conservative foothold, you maybe are forgotten a little bit. But part of the reason why we've been able to put this on is that it will be a podcast live by Sean Newman's podcast. So certainly I think that was a draw for a lot of the candidates, whether, the 50 people show up to Vermilion or 500 or more. It will meet a lot broader background of people, if you will, just being out in a podcast and being streamed live.
So if you can't make it down in person to this event, you're still going to be able to watch it from anywhere in the province.
I'm guessing that each of the candidates are, this is August 8th. So the candidate or the membership cutoff is the 11th or the 12th. The time for the next payment, I believe, by all of these candidates is similar timing. So they need to be driving dollars if they haven't met that, and they need to be driving memberships because that's ultimately how they're going to win if they're going to win. So this is a way for them to send out an email to their base saying, hey, if you can't make it to Vermilion because you're too far away or time commitments, you can still catch me at this link, and gives people an opportunity to see them in a different form. But for people in Vermilion, it's going to be unique for them because it's roundtable. So they're going to be answering questions with people a couple feet away. So we find that to be a pretty unique format.
A lot of times during debates, when you have 7 candidates especially, there's a lot of just spewing out talking points. It seems like this event is really geared towards having a conversation with voters.
It'll put them a little bit more on the spot. So certainly they're going to have to be tested in that regard. And I think that's important for the next premier of the province.
Ryan Armstrong, UCP Constituency Association President for Vermilion, Lloydminster Wainwright. Thank you so much for your time today.
A local corn maze has officially opened for the year, this time with more to offer than years past. Our Marcus Taylor sits down with Caleb Sunderland from Sunderland Corn Maze to discuss the year to come.
I'm joined here today by Caleb from Sunderland Corn Maze. Caleb, thanks so much for joining me and taking the time out of your day to talk to me about this.
Oh, you betcha. No, it's nice to be here.
So I understand that this year, you just opened up on July 31st and you have 2 mazes for the first time. Do you want to tell us a little bit about just the start of the year and what it looks like?
Yeah, you betcha. Well, we just opened up, yeah, like you said, on the 31st, and since then we've been getting rain almost every day. So we actually have had to post on our Facebook page the closures for the day, and hopefully maybe this afternoon or else tomorrow it should be open again. And yeah, we set it up this year with 2 mazes. There's a shorter maze, a little less challenging. For if there's kids or people don't want to spend that much time, it'd probably take you about 15 minutes to a half hour to get through. And then I made a more challenging maze. We've been getting some feedback that it was too easy. So I took the kid gloves off this year, and maze 2 it should be a good challenge. So far, nobody's even completed it that has tried. So I'm excited to see how people make out in there for sure.
So with that second maze, is the competition still going to be running there this year?
Yeah, you betcha. We just to give people sort of an added challenge or keep it interesting. I have some code words and phrases hidden throughout the maze this year. You'll see it on your game sheet when you come. There's a little blue box that has the game sheets for everyone to play along. And so this year, our theme is the Edmonton Oilers because we're big Oilers fans at Sunderland Hog Farms. And so we've got 2 riddles for the 2 mazes, and if you find clues, you put it together at the end. And so everyone who comes this year, you're automatically entered into our grand door prize. We've got a 8-man tent that for the winner, and if you complete the maze and solve the riddle, you get additional entries. So it's just kind of for fun. It's not too serious, but it sort of adds a dimension, I guess.
So last year, I know you had over 7,500 visitors to the mazes. What kind of effect do you feel like you had on the people that were able to come check it out?
Oh, well, to be honest, we get a lot of positive feedback from friends, neighbors, and wherever we're in the Lloydminster area community, we get a lot of positive feedback. But it really comes back to it's almost more of a blessing for us. Like we just really enjoy seeing the happy people smiling and kids out with their grandparents. It's just a really good, rewarding experience for us. So we're as blessed as anyone else feels. We feel doubly that way. So it's just kind of fun for us to give back and just to see everyone having fun. We started it 2 years ago when COVID really hit, and it was just sort of we thought, well, people can go walk in a field. You're not around anyone. You're outside getting exercise, and it's just kind of blossomed and went from there. And yeah, it's been really good for us. So we're very happy to continue doing it, and hopefully people enjoy coming out.
And so where exactly are you located?
We're about 18 miles south of Kitscotty or on 897 off of Highway 16. We're right at Range Road 474 on 897. You'll see signs there. And our bin yard is where you come to park. And yeah, it should be all straightforward. There's lots of signs and lots of space to park. So easy access and paved roads all the way. So that part's good.
So I'm thinking about coming out with my family sometime soon. Is there anything I should have prepared?
Yeah, sure. No, we don't run the maze, so to speak. So nobody's there when you come. It's self-serve. So you'll want to bring water or and good footwear because it can get muddy out there. But the trails are groomed and they're not packed yet. They haven't had a lot of traffic, but once people have gone through, they're packed, and that part's all good. But yeah, pack water. There's an outhouse there, garbage, all that stuff is good. But if you lots of people bring picnic tables and they'll set up with their family, and there's lots of room to have picnics or take your time and just enjoy the day. It's just kind of nice because it's low pressure and kids can run, and there's not nobody lording over you with rules or anything like that. So you just go out and enjoy the day with your friends and family.
How much is the admission fee?
Yeah, no, for sure. We'd like for everyone to know that we really want this to be a free activity for everyone. So a lot of times people feel pressure to donate to certain causes, which is a great thing. But sometimes families aren't even in a position to donate, and then that makes them feel awkward. So no donations, just come out, enjoy the time. And if you do feel like donating, we all know ways to pass it forward in our community, so that we encourage that. But when you come here, just bring a smile. That's our admission is a smile. That's our motto. So that's great.
That's all the time we've got. Caleb, thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully I'll get to see you out there. I would really love to come visit and check everything out.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you then, Marcus. Thank you very much.
It was a wild weekend for weather right across Alberta and Saskatchewan. Let's check in with Shelby Clark, who has a look at our evening weather forecast.
Thank you so much there, Mr. Jace Mackey. Yes, we have been seeing some wild weather throughout this weekend for sure. Lots of stories we're hearing about, especially as we were just showing there in Red Deer. That is crazy, the big sizes of those hail pieces that were falling. I'm just hoping that everyone was safe outdoor, because that must have been absolutely terrifying. Couldn't imagine being in my vehicle, being stuck out there on the highway, but hopefully everybody is safe and they're able to make through it. But right now here in the border city, we are sitting at 16, so have cooled down quite a bit. You definitely needed to cool down, I guess, after having some of those scorching days last week, but we are starting off a lot cooler this week with that 16. We are not seeing too much sun whatsoever, but seeing some fast moving clouds actually throughout the day. So definitely seeing a lot more cloudier overcast throughout the day, but hopefully everybody is still enjoying it. Switching now to temperatures across the region for Alberta and Saskatchewan. As you can see, we have cooled down quite a bit on the Alberta side, as we were saying, seeing a little bit of those storms throughout the weekend. We have cooled down just under that 20-degree mark for most spots. Over in Edmonton, they just are now reaching 20 degrees. Switching over to our Saskatchewan side, they are matching with us condition-wise for sure with their temperatures there. 19 up in Isle Across, while most spots are just seeing around 14 to 16 degrees over on this end. Go a little bit lower. Macklin is slightly warmer at 21 degrees, while North Battleford is just at that 18 mark. North Battleford, from that 18, they will be going down to a low of 8, so we'll be cooling back down to those single-digit temperatures for evening lows for some spots across the region. Then tomorrow they will be warming up to 23, and we'll hopefully be seeing a little bit more sun peeking behind those clouds. Cold Lake will be going down to a low of 10, so seeing those double-digit temperatures for their evening low temp, but still seeing still slightly cooler than what we have been looking at last week for sure. Then tomorrow they will be looking at 22, so warming up a few degrees from what they are sitting at today, although we'll be seeing a little bit more gloomier day throughout the day and seeing a high chance of those showers right off in the morning. And switching over, here we go to us here in the border city, a low of 10. So seeing not too bad of an evening low tonight. Cool down from what we have been seeing with those lows of 15s and 16s, but still be seeing those double digits. Then we will be looking at 22 tomorrow throughout the day with a mixture of some sun and cloud. We'll be seeing a high chance of that precipitation throughout the day tomorrow. And now going to be showing a little bit of some photos that we got from that funnel cloud over the weekend on Saturday the 30th here in the border city. Thank you to everyone that submitted some nice photos and allowed me to use them on my weather segment. This is from Jessica Cox with the North Storm Chasing. The North Storm Chasing got some nice photos of those funnels. We also got this one here that she got. So thank you so much for these great photos. Really scary to see that was almost going to touch down here in the border city. So thank gosh it didn't, but hopefully we won't be seeing any more of that. That's all I have for now. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Welcome to this week's edition of Pet Project, everyone. I'm joined once again with Nicole from the Border Paws Animal Shelter. Nicole, how's everything going out there this week?
Going really good. Nice that we're getting some rain to cool off.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be good for the animals. I know we were chatting last week about how warm it was for them, so I'm sure they're all going to be relieved to have some cool breezes flowing in this week. So that's wonderful to hear. So to get started off, we'll, as we usually do, introduce our special guest of the week. So I'll go ahead and let you introduce our furry friend there, Nicole.
So this is Lester Jackson. He's about a 2 to 3 year old, long-haired. He's really, really cuddly, really, really friendly. Good with kids, cats. Not 100% sure about dogs, but I think as long as the dog was fairly calm, he'd be a good guy.
Yeah, he certainly looks like a really lovely cat, nice and calm. He was cuddling up with you the whole time we were chatting before we started taping, so that's really wonderful to see. So obviously, if you're out there, you're looking for an adorable black cat, you know, the long-haired ones are very fuzzy, they're fun to pet. So perhaps, you know, stop in, say hi, see if he is, you know, maybe the cat for you, bring him home if you like. Perfect. Wonderful. Well, we have a few more things to touch on this week here, Nicole. You have an event coming up here, and so I'll let you give all the details. This is coming up on the 18th, I believe you said, but I'll let you kind of give everybody the surprise here.
So yeah, we have, they're doing a block party downtown every Thursday night, and they reached out to us and asked us if we wanted to do a barbecue. So we're going to have some burgers and hot dogs and some refreshments on the 18th, as well as the following week, the 25th. So yeah, all the proceeds will go towards helping our shelter, feeding all these little furry guys.
That sounds wonderful, and honestly, like, when you're able to get something delicious like a hamburger, you know, for your donation, that's obviously a win-win for everybody. So certainly stop on by if that interests you. If you're the type of person who likes delicious food and cold refreshments, you know, stop by that barbecue. And, you know, if you can't make it, obviously on the 18th, stop by the next week. That's the nice thing, is that, you know, you have more than one opportunity. You have two, and if you really want, you could go both times and you could get yourself fed really well 2 weeks in a row. So certainly mark that on your calendar. 2 weeks, 2 barbecues, 2 block parties. It's going to be wonderful. So another topic we want to touch on this week is you guys have a contest coming up, which sounds very exciting. Once again, I'll let you kind of fill the people in on what that all entails.
So yeah, we love getting updates on all of the animals that have found their forever home. So we decided we were going to do a photo contest. So any animals that have been adopted here anytime, even if it was 10 years ago, you can send in your picture of them in their new home. And then on the 20th, we are going to get the public to vote, and you can win some prizes. So we'll have a first, second, and third prize. So yeah, if you have any animals you've adopted from here, we would love to see the pictures, and you get entered in a contest.
Well, that certainly sounds like a very exciting contest, Nicole. I know I'm looking forward to it, just to see all the adorable animals that get adopted out and to be able to see their happy homes, because, you know, you guys are responsible for making a lot of pets' dreams come true, finding their forever homes. And so it's going to be really rewarding to be able to see those pets, you know, acclimated to their new spaces. So, you know, if you've adopted a pet from the SPCA or the Border Paws Animal Shelter, certainly start snapping some pictures and submitting them. And, you know, if you're planning on adopting here shortly, certainly take lots of pictures. I know you probably are already planning on, because everybody loves to take cute pictures of their pets, but, you know, make sure you submit them for this contest. So that's unfortunately all the time we have, but real quick before we go, I always like to mention, you know, physical item donations if there's anything you guys are in special need of. And sounds like the hot topic this week is once again just puppy food, because you guys have so many young puppies.
Yes, definitely need the puppy food. We have a litter of 10, and they're going to start eating solid right away. So definitely can use puppy food always.
Perfect. There you go. So solid puppy food. You know, if you're not 100% sure what to look for, definitely ask. You can call into the Border Paws Animal Shelter, maybe ask specifically what they're looking for, or you can always just stop by, you know, say the Pet Pad, ask them for their advice. They are very knowledgeable, great people. So, you know, certainly keep that in mind when you're out shopping this week. Perfect. Well, that's unfortunately all the time we have, but I want to thank you, Nicole, for stopping by. I want to thank Lester for stopping by, saying hi. So we'll speak with you again next week.
Pet Project is sponsored by the Pet Pad. For total pet care, think Pet Pad.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Well, Chase, first off, thank you for joining me this afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure getting to talk to you. And this is the first time, I believe, you've been featured on Real Country or on PTLN with Rivertown Saints. So first off, tell us a bit about yourself and how you got involved with Rivertown Saints.
Well, I am from deep northern Ontario originally, and Jeremy from the band is actually my cousin. So that's how I found my interlinking to the band. But my story would be to like, I would post videos on Instagram and Jeremy saw them. They were just original covers, you know, just normal things like that. And Jeremy saw them on there and he said, wow, the kid can sing. So he reached out to me, and we ended up doing an audition for the band, and I joined. And there wasn't really much to it. It went really fast because there was only 2 auditions, and then unfortunately everything happened with Dan. So I really thought that there was, you know, it was over, and that they weren't really going to reach out to me, and then they did, and it was a great surprise. So, you know, it's awesome.
Well, it's really great to have you, and you really do bring it to the band. You have such an incredible voice. I absolutely love it. Now, from the looks of it on your guys' Instagram, you have been keeping it fairly busy. So how has your summer been so far?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot better than the last couple of years, that's for sure. The shows that we've been going to have been very, very packed, and you know, people are just itching to get out, and they're very, very ecstatic, and we're really grateful that people are spending their hard-earned money to come and see us play, you know, because it's it really is just it's a fun job for us, you know, and we know it won't last forever, so we just we don't take it for granted. But the shows this summer have just been unreal, and we have a bunch more coming up, so we're very excited about those. So yeah.
That is so exciting. And you do have one coming up here in Lloydminster in a few weeks, which we're going to talk about in a second. But for you personally, being back on stage, playing in front of these big crowds, how does it feel for you after not being able to do it for quite some time? Every time you hit that stage, what are the emotions running through your veins? How exciting is it?
Well, before I was kind of getting used to it before COVID, you know, took over. And then I had a little bit of time to readjust to the normal life. And, you know, since getting back out, it's been a little nerve-wracking getting back on stage. But once you get out there and you see everybody smiling and singing along, it changes everything. And, you know, it just makes you feel warm. And then the nerves all go away, right? And it's just having fun. So it's awesome.
That is really great. Now, on August 20th, right here in Lloydminster, Rivertown Saints are going to be opening up for Billy Dean. You guys are going to steal the show for sure. I just know that. I'm putting that on the record now. And it's very exciting. We can't wait to have you here. So what kind of show can we expect? What are you going to bring to Lloydminster?
Well, it's going to be a rock show for sure. We're going to blow the roof off the place. So and we're really excited to play with them. I've been a huge fan for a long time. My parents also are huge fans. They listened to them all the time when I was young. So but yeah, we're just gonna rock like we always do, and we're really excited to play out there. We've never been to Lloydminster, so it'll definitely be something new, and you know, we're excited to see how the crowd is, and it's gonna be great.
That's so fun. What is your favorite song to perform live?
My favorite song would probably be Slow Kiss to perform live, but the one that always goes over the best is probably Cherry Bomb.
That is such a good song right there. I love that song too. So for anyone who may not be too familiar with Rivertown Saints, where can everybody find out more about you guys and your music and your tour schedule?
Well, you can go find us at Rivertown Saints on all streaming platforms and social platforms. We have a website, rivertownsaints.com. And you can, if you follow our socials, you'll keep up and we post about where we're going to be playing next and everything like that. So, and we're very funny people. So come check us out.
Well, it sounds like you guys are nice and warmed up for your performance at Lloydminster from doing all the shows this past summer, and you got lots more coming, which is even more exciting. Now, those are all the questions that I have for today, but is there anything else you want to mention or talk about?
Yeah, just to everyone to go check out our brand new single, Name Drop. It is on all streaming platforms and on YouTube and all everywhere. So go check it out and show your friends, show your family, and that's it.
Share, like, subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, Chase, for chatting today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
And enough, we're taking a quick look at your 7-day forecast now. As we were saying, we're going to be seeing that high chance of some precipitation tomorrow. Mixture of some sun and clouds. We will be warming it up to 22. Seeing that continue into Thursday, and we won't be seeing too much showers on Thursday, so getting a nice little break there. Beautiful day. Then we will be cooling down, unfortunately, on Friday at 14 to start off the weekend. We'll possibly be seeing a chance of some more rain, but then we will be warming up just in time for the weekend. We'll be seeing 22 Saturday with a little bit more sun, seeing 24 Sunday to end that off. So we are going to be seeing a beautiful weekend coming up here in the border city. Then into next week, we will continue those warm temperatures, although we will be starting off with some showers on Monday, then seeing a lot of sun next Tuesday.
Thanks so much for that, Shelby, and thank you for joining us for our first hour of Primetime Local News. Stay with us. Our second hour continues next.